Welcome to your Business in Words webinar. This is where we're going to learn how to define who you are, what you do, and how you help. You've probably heard it before. It's your elevator speech. Never loved that term, so I changed it to your business in words, because how many times do you talk to people and you're certainly not in an elevator? So you know what your business does, but you have to be able to clearly verbalize your business to other people. And that can be hard to do sometimes. So who am I? For those of you who don't know me already, I'm Nancy Ganzikoffer, your-businesspartner.com. I help entrepreneurial women create the life and business they've always wanted and deserve. And a little bit of my background, very brief history of me. I used to be in the corporate banking world, ended up being a first vice president, managing departments of 150 people. I then started having kids and became a personal fitness instructor. And so along with being a mom, after my third, I started selling my mother's artwork. And 17 years later, I am an art consultant to all the interior designers who want to use me in the New York tri-state area. I still run that business and I love it, but about a year ago, I started realizing that all this experience of from the corporate world to successful businesses and being a mom and juggling life and business gave me an awful lot of knowledge to start helping other women grow their small businesses and juggle their lives. And I love what I do. So let's move on. So if your business message is not clear, you're definitely losing business. Today, I'm going to help you create your business in words. And because if your business message is not clear, like I said, you're losing business. I meet men and women at networking events all the time. And when I ask them what they do, all I get is their title. I don't really understand when someone says, well, I'm a social media marketer. What exactly does that mean? Or I'm a financial advisor. Okay, and I kind of know what those things are. We all do. But what makes you different, what makes you special, is what we really want to get to the crux of. So, being prepared with your business in words, having confidence in its execution, and making connections all equal sales. You need to do the work in advance. So that's what we're going to do today. Okay, so how do you come up with your business in words? So what do? We want to know who you are and what you do. So what's your title? That's your first step in this process, giving just your title. Are you a marketing expert, an interior designer, business coach, makeup artist? And I'm just naming, many, many careers and businesses that could be out there. A closet organizer, a nutritionist, a writer. Are you a love coach? You know who you are and what you do. It's plain and simple, right? Well, not really, because you don't want to sound boring. Everyone knows what your title means, right? Not really. What's actually missing in all these titles? I want to know who you are. I want to know your personality. So that's what we're going to create. Who you are. What are your personality traits? Are you cooperative, creative, direct, educated, efficient, enthusiastic, flexible? And these are just some. I'll keep going. Hardworking, honest, inspired, organized. Are you passionate, positive, practical, proactive, reliable, supportive? Are you thorough? On the last page of the worksheet you were provided, I give so many more positive personality traits that you're going to want to think about and figure out where you fit in. Are you high energy? Are you patient? Are you trustworthy? This is no way a complete list. You want to find your own adjectives and describe your personality. I mean, last night, true story, I was at a networking event and I met a guy and he said to me, oh, what do you do for a living? And I said, I'm a tough, no-nonsense, energetic women's business coach. That was just my first sentence. I didn't need to even go on. He just lit up and he looks at me. He's like, I know somebody who could use you. And he tilts his head towards his wife. So I was like, there you go. My first sentence of my business in words already had him interested and inspired. So that was very exciting. So you want to take your title and your personality traits and you want to put them together. Okay? Your personality traits plus your title make up your first and opening sentence in any of the introductions. So let's go. I'm a business coach, and I change these words once in a while. I'm supportive, I'm direct, and I'm hardworking. So now let's flip them around. My first sentence, I am the most supportive, direct, hardworking business coach you are ever going to meet. So when someone says, hi, Nancy, what do you do? This is what I say. Sometimes I change the adjectives because as long as I know the formula, I can turn hardworking into kick-ass business coach. I can turn it into dedicated, energetic, motivated. What are your key words? Once you know this formula that you want to add adjectives to your title, you've got your first sentence of your introduction complete. And you just went from boring to interesting and kind of compelling. Now let's do the next step. The next sentence, okay? You want to define your ideal client. Who do you help? Do you help overwhelmed women, nervous brides, new mothers, busy homeowners? You want to get as specific as you can. Even if you may be able to handle a larger population in your marketing message, you really want to be as specific as possible. Do you help hectic business owners, upset teachers, lonely singles, fitness enthusiasts, unfocused children? Again, it depends on what your business is, but when you're marketing, you want to be very specific. So for me, for example, I can coach men, absolutely, but I target market female business owners because that's what I've chosen to look at as my niche. The more specific you can get, the more you're going to connect with your ideal client, okay? So when you're defining your ideal client, and this is another whole lesson, if you've been in business for a while, you want to look back at testimonials or clients that you worked with really well in the past, that you really satisfied them, you really enjoyed working with them, they made you money, and this is your target market. This could possibly be your ideal target market. So you want to define your ideal client in very specific terms. And like I said, get as detailed as possible. Add the adjectives. Not just a woman, not just a man, not just a small business, medium size, not just stressed, you want to go stressed men, unhappy couples, children, sad children, happy children. Now you want to go and define the problem that you solve for them. The end result of what they can expect when working with you. Okay, do you end up helping them find love? Do you help them snag that interview? Design a beautiful environment that'll make them happy for years to come, make them feel beautiful, live a healthy lifestyle, create business success, write a compelling marketing copy. If you create resumes for busy business women, what are you really doing? You're helping them get that job, snag that interview. If you specialize in doing hair and nails for senior citizens, what are you really doing? You're making senior women feel beautiful. Or if you're a chef, let's even say a vegan chef, you support a healthy lifestyle of a vegan. So do you see how I'm adding personality, emphasis, and the end result to what you do rather than just saying your title? Oh, I'm a chef. Okay, well, what kind of chef are you? Add your personality. Now add what you do for people and who you're doing it for. Okay, so let's combine your client plus the problem you solve. Overwhelmed businesswomen create a successful business. So let's make a compelling sentence. I help overwhelmed businesswomen create the life and successful business they've always wanted and deserve. Okay, so I'm trying to show you examples of how we put it, and I have more examples coming. I could change business women to entrepreneurial women. I help create successful businesses and lives. So I could change business to lives and business. But basically, sentence 2 completed. So now you have your first 2 sentences. And I want you guys to really give this some thought. When you're doing your worksheets, you can play around with this. You can have 3 different versions of it. But the most important thing for you to know is the formula. Once you have the formula and you've practiced it, it's going to roll off your tongue much easier. Okay? So next we want to explain the how. Like, how do we make people beautiful? How do you support a healthy lifestyle? How do you create a beautiful environment for them? How do you grow their business to the next level? How do you help their marketing get from here to there to a higher level? This is a brief list of your skills and how you deliver those skills to get your clients to their desired outcome. So we want to go over the method of delivery, how you do it, what you do for them, and the services you provide. So in that order, for me, it's between phone calls, Skype conversations, on-site meetings, presentations, workshops, membership site, emails, and Facebook groups. That's my how. That's how I deliver things. Then what do I do for them? I teach mindset, business identity, confidence. And here is where I just list everything: goal setting, business strategy, marketing, leadership, and sales. I just want it all showing when I'm doing this worksheet, okay? And then what are the services I provide? What are my actual services? What are my tiers? Well, I have a group coaching. I have a one-on-one coaching. I have live workshops. I have skill building exercises. And right here and now, I have webinars. So you want to list everything out. Okay, it's very important to get a real handle on how you do it, what you do for them, and the services you provide. Just do a full brainstorming list to begin this exercise of the 3rd sentence. Okay, now what you want to do is add enthusiasm. You want to kind of throw some love at them. People are drawn to enthusiasm and energy in the tone of your voice. Not just roll, this is what I do. If I walked up to someone and said, "Oh, I'm a business coach," I mean, who would hire me? They want to feel that you love what you do. And I'm hoping you all do, because obviously that's the first step to running a successful business. I keep it really simple. I literally add sometimes at the end of my business and words, I just say, I love what I do. I just like to say it like that, but everyone's different. And I'm going to give you some examples of how people add enthusiasm to their business and words. So let's just make this sentence, okay? Through a series of phone calls, emails, webinars, and various exercises, I teach skills such as business identity, goal setting, marketing, time management, mindset, confidence, sales, and communication skills. All of this coaching helps my ladies succeed to grow to new rocking levels of success. Okay? Now, depending on who I'm talking to and the struggles they have indicated they have, I might change that slightly. I might change and just say I teach skills such as you're talking about, like goal setting, marketing, time management, motivation. So reading the person you're talking to sometimes really helps you form this last sentence. Okay, doesn't need to include all. You want to pick and choose based on who you're talking to. Okay, so that's sentence 3. Now let's review. Your first sentence, your title and your personality traits put together. Your second sentence, your ideal client plus the problem you solve. The third, how do you do it? How do you actually get them to solve? How do you get to solving their problem? And of course, somewhere in there, or adding a 4th sentence, you want to have enthusiasm. So again, I think you've all downloaded the worksheet. If not, I can get that to you guys after. Okay, so let's do an example. If this person was a writer. So your title plus your personality trait, they're a writer, and they kind of picked out adjectives for themselves. I'm collaborative, I'm detailed, and I'm business-minded. Good. Who are their ideal clients? companies. Yeah, I might have liked that to be a little bit more specific. You know, you could even say I help small, medium, and large companies. Rather, again, adding extra visualization for the person you're talking to is very helpful. But for now, she wrote companies plus standardized problems does she solve? She standardizes procedures, improves employee communication and training, and eliminates confusion. How does she do it? Well, she meets with the staff and the management, and she finds a consensus in the procedures. She creates written updates and details step-by-step instructions. So let's put this all together now and see how it sounds from her brainstorming to her sentence. So let's do the sentence. Let's do as if we're being introduced. Oh, hi, I'm Diane. Oh, nice to meet you, Diane. What do you do? I'm a collaborative, detail-oriented business writer. Really? Yeah, I help companies of all sizes standardize procedures, eliminate all the confusion that companies have, and improve employee communication and training. Well, how do you do that? That's like a really big job, Diane. Yeah, through meetings with management and workers, I kind of find the consensus of procedures and detailed step-by-step instructions so that this way everyone is on the same page and working towards the same goals. You know, and you see how doing that now leads to the next part of the conversation. It flows beautifully. You must trust me on this. I use this often. If you can get your business in words down to 3 or 4 sentences, it really creates full conversation. And then what you do, which I'm very big on, and those of you who have worked with me before know this, then you tell a story about a client that you satisfied using your meetings with the employees. You met with management. You go, yeah, I went into this company and I was able to, over 6 months, pull all their procedures together. And in the end, they created training classes that used my my guidelines, and they train all their new employees doing that. So you show how what you do can actually help others, makes people think. So when do you use your business in words? There are so many opportunities. I literally use my business in words every single day. Okay, for those of you who missed it, who weren't on at the beginning of the webinar, I went to a networking event last night. There was a guy next to a true story. It was a Toys for Tots. And the man sitting next to me, we were chatting. He said, so what do you do for a living? And I used my business in words, only the first sentence. And he immediately kind of like nudged his head, you know, my wife could really use you. You know, do you have a business card? It happens all the time. So you can use your business in words at networking events. You can even use the sentences on your business card. You know, sometimes on the back of your business card, you actually list out your services. Wouldn't it be great to have this compelling couple of sentences so people, when they leave you, they remember you. They remember what you talked about and what you said and why they could need you in the future and how they can refer you. You can certainly use it as your bio on your website, any social medias, including LinkedIn, and introductions of all kinds. I was in Iceland, I guess 3 weeks ago, and I actually was speaking to somebody from Ireland. And since I coach women from all over the world, as long as they speak English, because I don't speak any other language, and I used my business in words when she was asking me what I do, and she's like, could I get your card? I could actually use you, because I do a lot of my coaching via Skype. My business in words and your business in words can be used over and over again, because you never know who's going to need your help, or they know somebody who needs your help. So here's another example. I'm Barbara. I'm the most patient, calm, relaxed, and creative interior designer you will ever meet. I help young couples create beautiful spaces that meet their lifestyle needs. Through consultations, effective budgeting, and planning, combined with an abundance of incredible resources that I have, I make sure both the husband and wife will be happy in their home for years to come. Okay, so if you were a husband and wife and you were having a dispute over how to decorate your house, wouldn't you want to hire Barbara? Or let's say you're really financially minded and budgeting and planning is your thing. I work with many interior designers. I can see some of you are on now. And let me tell you, every single one of you are different. Every single one of you attract clients who work well with your personality. So if you want to attract more of the clients that work well with your personality, you want to create your business in words and put your own twist on what you do. I want to give one more example, but let's roll this up into a nice little package for you. Okay, so my business in words. Hi, I'm Nancy Ganzekaufer. I'm the most supportive, direct, and motivated life and business coach you'll ever get to work with. Really? Somebody says. I go, yeah, I help overwhelmed female entrepreneurs create the life and business they've always wanted and deserve. How do you do that? I mean, that's got to get complicated. Yeah, it depends on their needs, but through a series of phone calls and emails and webinars and worksheets, I teach skills such as business identity, goal setting, marketing, time management, mindset, confidence. It depends on what people need, even sales and communication skills. All this combined help my ladies grow to the next rockin' level of success. So I'm going to offer you guys in a couple more slides to get on my calendar and have a 15-minute free consultation with me if you're having trouble creating your business in words. But this is the second time I'm running this webinar. The first time I ran it, somebody did get on my calendar. And I want to share with you in 15 minutes what we were able to create. And then she goes away with and continues to work with this to make sure that it ends up being in her own words. But I'm going to read this to you. Hi, I'm Audrey. I am a knowledgeable, creative, and very intuitive interior designer with a specialty in color consulting. I work on all stages of design projects, including new constructions, renovations, or updating of homes and businesses. So when someone said, really? Yeah, I systematically zone in on the best color and design solutions while providing stress-free and an enjoyable experience with great results. My consultations consist of assessing the needs of my clients through conversations, touring the space, and looking at the environment for things like lighting, architectural elements, and furnishing requirements. I have such a passion for color and design. The best part of my job is when my clients give me a hug at the end. So her and I created this in 15 minutes on the phone. She started it herself before she worked through the whole worksheet herself first, and then she got on my calendar and we cleaned it up. And now over the next week, she's going to read it over and over. She's going to fine tune it. She's going to make sure she's not hung up on it being perfect, which is part of my final notes that you're looking at. It doesn't have to be perfect. You want to know the formula. You want to get a real good handle on what you do, how you do it, and add your personality in there. And this is going to start rolling off your tongue very easily. You want to make sure it is your words. And you want to make sure you always keep your enthusiasm up. I belong to another organization called Over 40 Females, and they actually give you 30 seconds to stand up and give what you do. In that particular case, I actually use my entire business in words in one standing. And I look around, I make eye contact, and I let everybody know what I do. And every single time I get people walking up to me and asking me questions, getting on my calendar, and we've also had clients come in from there. So remember, everywhere you go, for most of you, there's a potential client.